Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the PPC Cave with me, Ryan Fenton, and my co-host Gene Villanos. Say hi, Gene.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Good. Another day, another recording, so always good. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. And in this episode, we got a lot of positive feedback. I think the last time we did the Reddit Q&A, we went in and we answered some questions on Reddit. And I got a lot of positive kind of feedback from that one. I don't know about Eugene, but a few people were saying to me that they liked the episode, and I think it's cool to do a few more of these. So it's something that I think we're going to keep revisiting and building on. And we've got two, maybe three questions we're going to look at today. But Gene, how have you been? How's things?
Yeah, it's good. Snowy, cold February over here. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so getting gearing up for that with my wife. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Kind of the same situation. I just sent my fiance some flowers at work today, so that was nice. Got the office talking, which is cool.
That's
We're
good.
not actually doing much tomorrow. I think she's working from home with me, and yeah, we're probably going to go to the gym. But Saturday we're going out with some friends for dinner, so we're looking forward to that. So that's kind of like our Valentine's Day. But otherwise, yeah, we're pretty good. So thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just going to jump straight in with this Reddit Q&A. I scoured the PPC subreddit. I think I also took a look at the Google Ads subreddit as well, just to see if there was anything different. So I found two that I think are really good. And Gene, I'll ask you the questions, and then you can give me your response, and we'll kind of go back and forth on them. But so kicking it off, Google Shopping stuck at two conversions a day. So this guy says, I work for a HVAC brand. We started Google Shopping in November as a test, and it was performing good. Started at one conversion a day, week one, and went up to five purchases a day. Considering it's a high ticket, he says Canadian dollar $1,795 item, I was going it was going up to 1,400% ROAS and convert cost per conversion $67, which is pretty good in our industry. Since we gave it to an agency, the ROAS went down, conversions went down. However, Test Performance Max took it over, but it also stuck at one conversion a day. So this guy said they fired the agency last month, and since then he's been trying to scale up the conversions, but not able to do so. He asks any tips on scaling or vertical growth, as it's really important for the brand to scale up sales, otherwise they're in deep trouble. So, yeah, what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, so background again to reiterate, this is a shopping campaign, and I know we usually associate HVAC with lead gen, but we're not trying to get leads here. We're trying to sell that whole HVAC unit, which, mind you, is a huge task because you're usually buying that from a local distributor. You're going to the showroom or someone that has an account locally, and you're buying the heating, ventilate, all these huge AC units basically in person. So to have this on Google Shopping already seems like an uphill battle, but we're here to help. What I can see is if you had a 1,400 return on ad spend, good cost per conversion, pre agency, what the agency probably did, if I'm assuming we don't know what bid strategy you're running, but let's just say you're running return on ad spend. I think what they might have done is maybe switch the bid strategy to max conversion value or maybe max conversions, or change your return on ad spend from maybe your actual ROAS was 1,400. Maybe they got greedy because they have some type of clause in there. As if they get more conversion value, they get paid more. Maybe they increased it immediately to 2,000. And now it's choking out your budget and basically putting too many eggs in one basket for this campaign. And it just didn't net that return on ad spend and conversion like we thought it would. But us freelancers know that when you get something in Google Shopping that's manual, that you have a lot more visibility in, and you end up going to something that's more automated, like a Performance Max campaign, there is going to be cannibalization there. So I believe that they should have just kept this conversion or this uh, shopping campaign the same and maybe monitored it, and maybe instead of increasing the return on ad spend, so that they could get a better return on ad spend to make it look like they were, they know better than you, they should have probably just played with the budget, or maybe done more negative keywords and done more low level changes, because I don't see a low level changing dropping performance like that. Um, so that's what I would consider moving forward. You got to turn this campaign back on, man. You got to turn this campaign back on and test it. If it's been turned off, I'm not sure, but if they're still running both of it, turn off the Performance Max, because that's going to cannibalize, and just run the shopping campaign and see where you're at. That's first step. If for some reason it's still after 1 month, mind you, if for some reason after 1 month you running it, still being diligent with the negative keywords, um, look at the products that they maybe increase the product groups too. They maybe try to scale and thought that, oh, we see a huge return on ad spend. Let's open the floodgates and advertise not just your best sellers or your top margin or your historically relevant return on ad spend items. Let's do the whole catalog. So you're getting a lot of irrelevancy here as the ROAS has dipped. So it's time to go back to scale one or step one and turn on just the shopping campaign. If the PMAX is giving you at one conversion a day, and you're not happy with that, then let's kind of revert the changes. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, well, that's a great answer. For me, I'd probably go down the route, or the route, as you guys say, of a search campaign, because we're talking high ticket niche items here. I think, if we were to run a standard shopping campaign or even performance max campaign, we might see a lot of low quality traffic come through. I think this isn't just like something people buy, right? As far as I'm aware, if it's high ticket, if it's HVAC units, people are going to do a lot of research. People are going to be, taking the time. So I think having a search campaign, focusing on bottom of funnel keywords could really help. I think at the very least, whether you're in-house, I guess you're working for a HVAC brand. So if you're in-house, you can show the boss, like, look, we might not be getting the sales, but look at the quality of traffic. People are searching for, buy HVAC item or buy HVAC unit or whatever it might be. So the quality of that search is going to be there. And for me, that's what I would focus on, is I would focus on a search campaign at this point rather than a shopping campaign or a performance max campaign. If you have a big enough budget that you can do both, then I'd probably recommend a search campaign alongside a standard shopping campaign. But even then, I do think you might see more quality traffic inside a search campaign. Make sure you check your product titles as well. Even if you are advertising on Performance Max, standard shopping, make sure the product titles are optimized. I like what this guy has replied with. Take a look at competitor pricing. Just see if you are on point, if you're competitive on price. If you've priced yourself out the market, that could be the answer there. People are going to other people. So take a look at these things as well. Do your due diligence. Make sure that merchant center is optimized. But for me, I'd put a lot more emphasis on the search channel, on the search network. Not search network, sorry, search results page. Is that fair, do you think, Gene?
Yeah, I think it's a good balanced approach. It's a definitely good balanced approach. But I believe that shopping, 1,400 return on ad spend. If I saw that, I see a very, that's like a shiny thing to me, and I can't let that go. And it, I understand going with search, but there's a lot of weight, as we both know, with historical data, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. If you see one of the things I audit, I look into a campaign the last 30 days, last 60 days. If there's anything in there that has a last 30 or 60-day window, that has 1,400 return on ad spend, I'm going straight there, because that's tried and true. But to run search, I think is super important, just because you could do a little bit more than just someone adding to cart or not adding to cart. You could provide a message to say, okay, well, maybe you're not ready to purchase right now. Here's an opt-in form, and we'll get back to you with a sales associate on the back end. And that could be a whole nother conversion, primary conversion as an opt-in, not just a purchase. So I think with high ticket products, you have to understand there's going to be multiple touch points before a sale, and adding a search campaign in conjunction with the tried and true shopping campaign is a way to break down those different phases from research to actually a warm lead ready to purchase. So I do believe that search is a good addition as well.
That's great. Thank you very much. I think, let's do one more, and we'll kind of wrap things up. So, keep it quite quick today. And I saw this one, which was only asked 4 hours ago. So this guy has said he's created a Google search ads. How long will it take to show impressions? I've created a Google search ad campaign. It's showing bid strategy in learning phase. How long will it take for the ads to stop learning and show results? Gene, in your experience, like how long does it take when you turn on a new campaign for you to get impressions coming through?
Yeah, super dependent on if the campaign has run anything before, but I've seen it as early as 3 days to as long if there's nothing ever. It's just like the first campaign ever to 5 to 7 days. So it
Wow.
definitely takes a little bit longer, in my opinion, sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I think it depends what bidding strategy this guy is on because he doesn't actually say what bidding strategy is on, I don't think. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't want to really look and I'd just rather answer the question at hand. But for me, if he's on a smart bidding strategy like maximize clicks, maximize conversions, it can take a while because it does go in that learning phase. But if he was on manual CPC, manual bidding, it should pretty much be instant. So in my experience, it's similar to Gene. I've waited 3 to 4 days before impressions start coming in, but I get restless. I want to see results near instant. With manual bidding, you can turn on a campaign and start getting impressions like within the hour, basically. So for me, what I would say to this guy would be to switch over to manual bidding just for like a week, maybe 2 weeks, get some data inside the account, add a max CPC bid limit of like, I don't know where you are, maybe $5, £5. I don't really know what niche you're in, to be honest. I have no information at this point, but I would say switch over to manual CPC. Give it 7 to 14 days, get some impressions in, get some clicks in, and from there you could look to switch over to max clicks if you wanted to, and then build your way up to maximize conversions. So that would be my advice. Do you think something similar, Gene? Or I know you're not
Yeah.
really the lead gen kind of guy in this
Yeah.
this show, I guess, but
Yeah, I definitely, if we're talking lead gen here, I mean, I'm reading onto this and it said the guy just literally started it yesterday, which you have to wait at least, 48 hours in my opinion, but manual will definitely get you faster results as a bid strategy in regards to impression and clicks versus something that's automated. But also some other factors, maybe if you only have two search keywords and they're both exact or they're both phrase, then you might need to put more phrase and more exact keywords in there. Just make sure that the search keywords you put in there isn't like not eligible because of low volume. I think that could perhaps stifle the how many impressions you're getting because you're too niche with how many search keywords you're trying to actually target, if it's a search campaign. And also your ads, you don't know how many times I've audited somebody and they only have one ad. The reason why Google has three ads for you to use is so that you could rotate different sentiments and different search terms in those, maybe even different final URLs in those ads. So maybe you need to go a little bit more broad if it's after a week or 2 weeks and you're still experiencing low impressions. I like to take search campaigns and be very direct. If it's a product page or a lead gen, if it's direct service page, I like to have one of those. I like to do maybe an about us, or sometimes even a homepage. I like to test all different things. And, at the end of the day, Google or the market or your data is going to tell you what works and what doesn't. So, yeah, I definitely agree. Manual CPC will definitely get more impressions quicker.
That's cool. Yeah, and I agree with Gene as well. I had that recently with a client where I turned them on and, turned them on with maximize clicks and, the needle wasn't budging. So I switched over to manual bidding and instantly we started getting impressions and clicks. So that's the difference. If you don't really have the patience to wait, if you don't have the stomach for it, then you can switch over to manual. But otherwise, it can take anywhere between 3 to, I guess, 7 days really for that learning period to pass and you start getting impressions. But I'm going to leave it there, if that's okay with Gene. I
Yeah.
think, I wanted to kind of record a bit more of a short, quick video just to keep things tied over a little bit and, fresh content on the channel. So I'm going to leave it there. Gene, where can people find you if they want a call with you, an audit with you, or to work with you on a monthly basis?
GeneVillanos.com.
I like how you say that. That was a really American twang on that as well. So like kind of Nashville,
Haha.
Tennessee twang. And you can find me at ryanfentonppc.co.uk every week, every Monday, Mountain Time, wherever that is, maybe up in the Alps. I don't know. That's when we not record, sorry, when we publish the podcast every Monday, Mountain Time, without fail, apparently. That's what I've been told. And I try, but I'm not doing very well recently to keep the channels updated. So we do post occasionally on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, but I need to sort myself out and get back on those channels and start adding content. Nevertheless, we should be back soon with another episode for you all to enjoy and listen to. We've been getting some really good feedback recently from listeners, which is really cool. It just motivates me and Gene to keep recording content. So we look forward to hearing from you. If you do have any questions, if you do have any comments, feel free to reach out to, I think it's the PPC Cave at gmail.com with all questions and queries. But if that's it, if there's nothing else, as Gene likes to say, we'll speak to you all next time. Take care. Thanks.